What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Slaughterhouse. So this was a first time watch for me. I've wanted to see this movie for quite a while, but I just never got around to watching it. And after watching it, here are my thoughts. To be 100% honest, I was not a fan of this overall. I just there were little bits and pieces that I liked. There was, couple funny moments. There were a couple kills that I enjoyed, but overall, I just found this movie to be pretty bland, pretty boring, and pretty forgettable. So, unfortunately, yeah, I was not a fan of this one. So, jumping into a plot summary, the plot focuses around this gentleman, Lester Bacon. He had this once prosperous slaughterhouse, but he never really adapted. So the business failed. He lives with his son Buddy, and his son Buddy is, they say, simple-minded. He's a simple-minded individual. So yeah, Lester and Buddy live together, and like I said, Lester had a prosperous slaughterhouse, but he didn't adapt. So yeah, his business pretty much failed. He's down bad. He's broke. He has no money. So this group of gentlemen, they come, to his property because, he's got like a pretty big property. He's got some acres going on. He's got a little house there. He's got the abandoned slaughterhouse. So this, these gentlemen, they want to buy his land, and they give him an offer. He refuses, and they're like, okay, here's the deal. Since you're refusing the offer, you're going to get foreclosed. You got 30 days, and we're taking your property. So, Lester he's freaking out. He's like, what the heck am I going to do? And he finds out that Buddy actually killed a couple teenagers at the beginning of the movie, and initially he's angry. He's like, Buddy, what the heck? Like, you can't just go around killing people. But then he has a light bulb go off. He's like, wait, you're this 350-pound brute, and you're trained. You're classically trained in the slaughterhouse arts. You might as well, I might as well use you to kill these guys that are gonna, foreclose on us. So basically, Lester calls them up, and he's like, hey, the deal is on. He has them come back, and Buddy is trying to pick them off, kill them for the rest of the movie. And there's these teenagers who are trying to film this horror video at the abandoned slaughterhouse. They come to the abandoned slaughterhouse, and they're getting picked off by Buddy as well. So that is the basic plot summary. Like I said, the main reason why I did not like this movie is I just thought it was really bland, really forgettable. When I watched the trailer, I thought it was gonna have more comedy. There was a couple little comedic bits that were pretty good, but overall, this movie, it was just super bland. It was just had this like flat feeling. The characters were forgettable. They were bland. The only thing I remember about the characters is that one kid, he was like getting a burger and fries at like 9 a.m. in the morning. That was kind of gangster, but other than that, the teenage characters were boring. A lot of the other protagonists were boring. And yeah, there was just something about this movie that it just, I don't know, like I was just zoned out watching it. Like I could not get into it. It didn't, I don't know. It didn't really grab my attention. So there you go. So getting into a positive, I thought the setting was good. The abandoned slaughterhouse setting was really good. There's all these shots of the actual, farm, or not the farm. It's a slaughterhouse. But yeah, there's like shots with the pigs. And yeah, Buddy, he's absolutely disgusting. He's always just laying around with the pigs. He's all muddy. There's all these bones everywhere, skulls everywhere. the abandoned slaughterhouse looks creepy, so the setting was really good, but I feel like it was not fully utilized. So there were a couple kills that were, you know, slaughterhouse centric. There's this one gentleman, he's thrown into a meat grinder, a meat processor. That was good. A lot of the people, their bodies are being put on these giant meat hooks after they're killed, which is, you know, that's reminiscent of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I like stuff like that. That was cool. But a lot of the other kills, like, they didn't really, they could have utilized slaughterhouse equipment more. A lot of the other kills were just like, oh, someone gets their head smashed with Buddy's hands. And then a lot of the kills were just Buddy had this giant staff with this giant meat cleaver at the end, which it looked really cool, but it was just like, okay, he's just gonna, you know, impale someone with his giant meat cleaver staff. Like, so many of the kills were so similar. There wasn't as much variety as I would have liked, and I feel like the environment was not fully utilized. So even though I really did like the environment, the setting in this movie was great, I feel like it was not fully utilized, unfortunately. In addition to the setting being great, I thought the killer was great. Buddy, he had the look. He's this hulking brute. He's like 350 pounds. He's wearing, like, you know, overalls. He's disgusting. He's dirty. He's always just, he's got like a pig in his hand, or he's like laying with the pigs. He's always muddy. Yeah, he was great. Like, he would make all these noises too. Like, he would make these like pig noises and these animal noises. Like, he was just, he was like eating dog food out of a can. Like, he was perfect. Like, he was just this disgusting, backwoods, grimy, disgusting gentleman. Like, he was just perfect. Like, he was absolutely perfect for the role. And I really liked him as the killer. But yeah, the kills overall, you know how I talked about, you know, the environment not fully being utilized. The kills overall, there were a couple good ones, but the kills overall, even though I liked the killer, the kills were pretty lackluster. So like I said, a lot of the kills, I kind of briefly touched on this earlier, but yeah, a lot of the kills were just, you know, him impaling someone with a staff. But yeah, that's okay. You know, this is a slasher movie. You got to talk about kills. Kills are important. Kills can save a slasher movie. You could have kind of a boring slasher movie, but if the kills are great, it's worth watching. This movie, even though you had a great killer and a couple good kills, overall, like I touched on earlier, so many of the kills were similar, but a couple ones that I liked were that meat grinder one that I talked about. But that it was funny. This gentleman is thrown in the meat grinder, and then it cuts to his body in the meat grinder. It's like he's immediately just ground up into like little itty bitty bits. You would think it would like take a little bit longer, and there'd be like full limbs in there, like you'd see like an arm or a hand. Like, no, he was just immediately, like, he was thrown in there for 1 second, and he was just ground up to like the finest bits ever. I thought that was kind of weird, but I don't know much about that type of meat processor. Like, maybe it's that good, but I did like that kill. And then another kill that I really liked, this kill and this other kill I'm about to mention were like the only two standouts for me. A lot of the other ones I was not really into. The other kill that I did like was, there's this one guy, he gets his hand chopped off, and you just see, you know, you get to see the hand after, you see just like blood pouring out of his severed arm. That was great. And the killer, Buddy, is kind of toying with him. Like, he grabs, you know, the cut off hand that has a gun in it, and you think he's going to shoot him, but he's just toying with him, and he lets the guy bleed out. That was great. So I like that kill as well. But yeah, overall the kills were not the best in this. They were, you know, there were a couple of standouts, but overall, yeah, not great. Okay, so jumping into a totally different point here, I talked about the kids making a horror video earlier on in the video, and the whole time I was thinking, like, what kind of video is this? They never state what type of video it is. I'm like, are they making a short film? Are they making a music video? Because they just grab a camera and like a couple of the guys wear masks and they're just doing random stuff. It looks like B-roll for a music video. Like, I wish they would have said what kind of video. Like, is it just a generic horror video? Like, what kind of... I don't know. The whole time I was watching this, I was just thinking, what type of video is this? Because they had, like, no dialogue. It seemed like there was no story. It was just random, aesthetically pleasing shots. Like, coming at the camera with a knife or, you know, riding around in, like, a little cart with a mask on. It was more just, like, let's film stuff that looks cool. So I was thinking, oh, maybe they're doing a horror-themed music video. Cause, you know, that would make sense because there's no dialogue, there's no story. It's just, okay, let's get cool angles, let's get, you know, cool action on screen. I don't know if anyone else watching the movie, like, cared about that, but when I was watching it, I was just like, what kind of video is this? This is so random. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe they were just making a compilation, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I didn't know what this horror video they were making was. Like, what kind of video was it? But, I don't know. Most people probably would not care about that, but I was just thinking, like, what kind of video is this? You said a horror video. Is it a music video? Is it a short film? What are they doing? Because it just looked like a music video. It looked like B-roll for a music video. So, I don't know. I was just thinking about that a lot. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is just there's this sequence where Lester and Buddy, they trap this lawyer guy in this room, and all the, you know, dead bodies are in the room, and you see the dead bodies of the teenagers that were killed earlier on in the movie. And I don't, like, I could have seen this wrong, but I feel like when they did a close-up on the there's this, like, dead teenage girl, it looked like she was just clearly breathing. And I thought that was kind of funny. I like stuff like that in, you know, slasher movies where they cut to a dead body and you clearly see them breathing. So I could be tripping. Maybe I saw that wrong, but maybe other people who have seen this notice that as well. I'm like, is this chick breathing? Like, I thought she was, like, it was, the breathing was so explicit. Like, I thought they were going to be like, oh, she's still alive after so many days. Like, I thought she was just about to pop up, like, maybe be a zombie or something. But, I don't know. I just noticed that, and I like that. That was, you know, besides the hand chop kill and the meat processor kill, the girl, the dead body breathing, that was probably my, another favorite point of the movie for me. I also like the kid eating the hamburger at 9 a.m. in the morning, and he just doused his fries in ketchup. Like, he put so much ketchup on his fries, which I respect, because, man, I make a sandwich, I put, like, so much sauce, like, I put, like, all this spicy mustard on it, it's just dripping. Like, I'm so bad with sauces and condiments. I get crazy with that junk. Like, so I respect him just absolutely drowning his fries in ketchup. Some people, you know, don't rock with that. They you know, they don't put ketchup on their fries, or they just do like a little dip. But I used to do that back in the day. I would just, like, especially when I was a little kid, I would just douse my fries. So I respected that. So in terms of a recommendation, you know, there was a couple good things going for this movie, but overall, like I said, in my opinion, it was really bland. It was really boring, very forgettable. I would not recommend this. I think, you know, there's a lot of better slashers that have a similar tone. So yeah, I would say, you know, this movie overall, for me, it was a waste of time. So yeah, I know that sounds harsh. You know, like I said, the killer, he was really good. The setting was good. There were some fun moments, but for me personally, I felt like, man, I should have watched another movie. So yeah, I would not recommend this, but that has been my review, Slaughterhouse. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.